overcast, cold, very cold day. If you happen to be seeing this message during the summertime, lucky you, right? Or some people be like, I live in Florida. Well, good for you. If you do live in Florida, though, I mean, parts of Florida are getting caught up in storm system. Anyway, so I'm going to do this deck today, and I have been uh, away from the channel for a few days, so my apologies. I do have over 800 videos that are all free for you to watch. I never charge anybody anything to watch any of my videos here on YouTube. And if you find my videos somewhere else on YouTube that are like 30 minutes and longer, chances are that was not uploaded by me. So my apologies if that has happened to you. But just know that on this channel right here on YouTube is where I post the majority of my messages, right? And the only thing it costs you is your time, okay? And then if you end up watching the ads, if you don't have a subscription for YouTube. So don't get scammed out there by people saying, oh, she charges this, she charges that. Well, if you were getting a personal reading at an event or something at a table, right, that's a little different. This is open forever. I mean, a million people could watch this video tomorrow, and I have no idea who's watching it. So don't get so wrapped up, especially when you're online watching videos thinking like, oh, well, this is it, or if it doesn't say this, then this is just crap. Blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe it's just not your message today, right? Like, not everything's about you. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So if that was just the refresher you needed for today, you're done. Good job. You can go. Right? I mean, sometimes for me, that, you know, because especially as a reader, because I have to protect my energy, and I think, oh, the collective needs me. Yeah. Well, that kind of attitude, right, over the years has gotten me into situations where they needed me, but I didn't really need them. Okay. And then I was hanging around for God knows what. Right. And then you're looking at your watch like saying, why the fuck am I not home and in bed right now with my mac and cheese or my ice cream and my doggies or my kitty cats or whatever? You know what I mean? Hello in the chat. Happy Saturday to you. Righto. So stay warm, and stay focused, right? Wintertime's a good time to focus in on you know, what we want to do for the rest of the year, because you're like, oh my god, I wish I could go here, I wish I could go there. Start writing it down. Start, you know, and don't think of it as what I have money for or what I have time for. Think of it as hey. Think of it as like just the ultimate goal list, and you know, and just let yourself dream. Let your mind kind of wander, okay? And start writing those things down. And then, you know, not today, maybe not even tomorrow, like in a couple days, go back and look at it and be like, okay. Like, you know what? That's not so far-fetched. Or maybe next year I could do that. Or maybe this year I could do that. Something like that. Message held for review. Again, message held for review. I will never see it. So if you're trying to say something saucy in the chat, you may be getting blocked automatically by YouTube. So I'm not seeing that. And if you do flood the message, if you flood the chat with repeating messages, I will block you. Okay, so nobody has time for that in 2026. Okay. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Okay. So again, if you don't know, get yourself a little notebook, a little piece of paper, you know, sit in front of the TV for a little while and just start jotting things down. What do you like to do? Do you like to read? Do you like to walk your dog? Do you like to cook? Do you like to go hiking? Okay. There's a few ideas for you right there. Okay. It starts with just one, right? It starts with just one. Right before getting on here, I was kind of thinking about So I used to be in a lot of sports when I was younger, in a lot of athletics. So I did a lot of running, and I noticed as part of corporate culture when I was in the corporate world for over 18 years actually, but with one company I was there for 18 years. And a lot of people there were obsessed, and I mean obsessed. That's all I wanted to talk about. With 5Ks, running, 5Ks, running. It's like every I mean, that's when I was like, I really need to start going outside and walking at lunch because these repetitive conversations are not doing anything for my brain. Okay. And listening to other people talk about what 5K they're signing up for next when I already ran all these laps in high school. You know what I mean? Like, good for them that they found, oh, this is what they need to do to be healthy. Good for them that that's an activity, blah, blah. Good for them. But some of it was like, oh, well, they're doing this race, and what's the boss doing? Right? And it's like, I ain't, go suck on somebody else's asshole, because it ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be me. Especially not that fucking doofus. And then he ended up getting injured and couldn't run those 5Ks anymore. You know what I mean? So sometimes when these little influencers get on here, well, all you gotta do, folks, you just gotta go out there and run 5 miles a day and your life will be perfect. Will it? Because I see plenty of people getting injuries that have no business even fucking running to begin with. They don't got the proper footwear. You know what I mean? I'm not saying don't do these things for yourself. Just think about who's telling it to you and why they're telling it to you. Are they trying to sell you something? Are they trying to get you in with this group or that group? Okay. Maybe for you, the solution is not running. Maybe it's going to a gym and doing some weight training. Maybe for you, the solution is that maybe it's going to one of those, ladies only gyms, or going to like a Pilates session at your local, through your local parks. Okay. Everyone's activity level is different. I've talked about this on the channel before too, because I went to one of these, kind of an elective class when I was on vacation once. And I had an injury, and I didn't tell the instructor beforehand, but she noticed I wasn't going as hard as everyone else, and she got in my face and was like, this was out in woo woo land. Okay. I'll just tell you that anyway, because we were supposed to be feeling our bodies and all this stuff, right? And she was like jumping in front of me, like, and it's just like, number one, I'm having altitude sickness. Number two, I have an injury on my foot. But I didn't want to stop the class and explain that to her. But I could tell by the way she was jumping in front of my face. It's like, lady. Like, thank you, but I'm good. Namaste. Okay. Okay. Because some of these folks will be like, oh, you don't want to participate. Oh, you're just a party pooper. Oh, no, it's not that. It just doesn't fit for me. Some folks are incapable of understanding that. I'm going to say it again. Some folks are incapable of understanding that. That means they will never understand. And they will never accept your excuse, okay? Even though God has given you that right to exist in the way that you want to exist, not in the way that they think, we all must go on this 5K. No, 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 we're so awesome. Again, good for you. Now let everyone else have their turn at their hobby, you know? Anyway. And then they'll be looking at you like you're weird. And it's like, no, you're just boring me to tears. But I didn't want to be rude. you know? When you're at the holidays and they're talking about such and such, you're like, oh my God, I gotta get it. I'm not, you can't say anything, but what do? You just go and you go into the other room. See what's going on in that room. Oh yeah, this is better over here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, yeah, yeah. I can hang here. I can chill here. I can do this. Right? Okay. Break the chain. Exactly. You're the weakest link in our group, blah, blah, because you don't want to, blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe that's because you weren't meant to be doing that shit. You ever think that? You ever hear the phrase leading from behind? And especially when I see people, going, well, you got to go to the gym and you got to do this and you got to do that and you got to do that and you got to do that. Okay. Some people might have a disability. Maybe they're going through a depression right now. Maybe I'm just saying. Their chain doesn't have to be your chain. Don't let their chains of love wrap you up so tight that you don't know what you're doing and what you need to be doing. Okay? Yeah, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Well, we already got it mapped out. We're going here. But we've always gone here on every vacation, every year. You're like, yeah, it sounds thrilling. What do you mean you're not joining us at such and such a time? Well, we're just not going to make it this time, are we? Because we're doing something else. A lot of folks need to get over that. It's an ego thing for them. Kind of like some of the people in politics these days that can't accept that we have certain people leading our country right now that want to do certain things, and that's what it's going to look like when those people are in charge. So, what do you think was going to happen? Now, don't blame me. I ain't getting all upset about it. I didn't vote for the shit. But I ain't gonna waste my fucking breath. You're not participating. You're not one of us. Yeah, maybe I'm not. Maybe I never wanted to be one of you. Somebody told me that once. They're like, you'll never be as good as him. And I thought, who said I wanted to be that guy? I didn't see him playing his guitar that much that day anyway. But I'll just say, who says I wanted to be that fucko anyway? I don't. You understand what I'm getting at? Other people's perceptions and life experience does not have to reflect what yours is, nor the future that you're going to settle into. Okay. I was watching a reading this morning. They were kind of talking about, people that think, oh, well, I'll be happy tomorrow. Like when this happens, I'll be happy. But part of that is, yes, show gratitude for today, but also think about what do you want for your future, right? I mean, maybe you do want to run a 5K in the future. Hey, man, I'm not trying, But, don't be shocked if your entire family is like, doesn't want to go do it with you. trust me, you're going to run into how many other runners out there that do. So, you know what I mean? Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So, yeah, you see this person sitting here very unbothered by the things that are going on around, right? It's kind of like when I turned on the news the other day, the world news, the guy was like, here we go. Because it's kind of like, yep, because today it's another, and then tomorrow it's going to be another, and then the day after that. It doesn't stop, folks. I don't know if y'all are just some of y'all are just waking up to this, but this is how it has been and how it will continue in a way. Your trick is to become that rooting, to become that grounding, to let all that flow around you that maybe doesn't really have anything to do with you. Okay? I'm not saying you can't, have feelings, emotions, whatever about it, but, you're going to live your life by what other people. I mean, I had one of my friends recently, they were like, oh, well, so-and-so said this, and then these people don't like it. And I'm like, you're how old and you're still worried about that kind of shit? I'm not. What does that have to do with me? You know what I'm saying? Some people, they want you to put on this mask and do all this stuff. And like I said, they want you to, you got to be like this. Like the crazy lady from the dance class that she was all up in my, like, if you're not doing this, you must not be enjoying yourself. You must not be learning anything. You must not be having fun. Which was not I was enjoying myself. I was just, I was trying to work through my physical limitations, at the time. And especially if you are somebody who's grown up with athletics, you do realize that fairly quickly in life. The injuries can change the shape of the way you approach the limits of your body. And you start respecting your body more. Yeah. Okay. Mintakan, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Yeah. So whatever it is that you're doing, yeah, you want it to feel like home, right? You don't want to feel like the duck out of water. You don't want to feel like the orange peg and all the sea of red pegs. And it's like, everyone's looking like, how come you're just a little different than the red pegs? I mean, some folks will have an issue with that, okay? Your job is to ignore those folks. At the end of the day, they're not calling you on the phone. They're not paying your bills. Right? I especially find it really interesting, people, on social media, especially people whose parents, grandparents, extended family members are taking care of their bills and all sorts of things, and they want to come over and comment on your life and call you selfish or something because you don't have kids or something. Like, excuse me? I'm not the one with my hand out to the government nor my family. Some people think just because you're asking your family for money that that's okay, where, some people don't have families, so they have to ask the government. Hey man, do what you gotta do, but don't come shitting over here just because I don't have to. I mean, I saw another YouTuber reporting again. Somebody's showing up one of these food pantries, these nice vehicles and stuff, and I typed my comment in there. I'm like, yeah, one of my vehicles is 11 years old and it's paid for. You know, my only expense on that vehicle is the maintenance, okay, and my insurance. Part of the reason when I bought that vehicle was because I knew it was a quality vehicle and I was going to have it for a long time. Okay? The thing is, collective, you might be one that uses your noggin. Okay? Maybe you're not the one in the family saying, oh, well, it's not like grandma's. Right? Well, it doesn't have to be like grandma's. Maybe you start a new tradition. You know? You ever go back and watch some of these old movies, and some of them you're like, man, that was considered funny back then, or that was entertainment back then, you know. Sometimes we've made progress, we've made gains in certain ways, right? In other ways we're like, the old stuff's okay, we'll keep that, right? But you don't know it until you try it, right? Don't just let somebody talk you, right? Because that's all they're doing, is they're just wasting your time when they do that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, what lights you up, Starseed? Okay. Maybe you are somebody who wants to help humanity. Maybe you don't want to help humanity through politics necessarily. Maybe you would like to work with, kind of like some nonprofits. Um, I would say don't necessarily make that your whole life, though. There's lots of nonprofits out there. There's lots of places you can go volunteer at. Volunteer at 2, 3 different ones during the course of the year. There's a lot of ways to donate your time versus your money, right? hmm but remember that longing for home. Who's keeping? While you're worried about everyone else having a roof, who's worried about you having a roof over your head? Better be you. It better be you. Life Strategies, Dr. Phil. Nobody else is coming to fix your life for you. You are it. You are it. It's a very good book. I think I even read the whole thing. And typically, sometimes those some of that stuff I'm like, but that one I was like, yeah. And then I realized, like, yeah, this was like before he had a show, you know, when that book came out. I think he's had some other books come out. Okay. So, that's really all I have today. Oh, looks like somebody did get blocked out. Let me scroll down and see. That doesn't even make any sense. Okay, another one that made no sense. Yeah. Some of these folks are just gonna be hidden permanently anyway. Yeah. So again, 2026. I'll even show you guys the planner I got the other day at Menards, of all places. This actually has some stuff written on it here. But I'll go like to the next. Okay, so this is March. I don't have anything written in March yet. It has a monthly goals thing. Okay, so a lot of people have goals through the month. Maybe it's this month I really want to get that hall closet reorganized, right? Or I'm gonna go in my office and clear out all the old paperwork. Okay, stuff like that for goals and achievable goals. Okay. Then you have things to do here. Okay, so maybe you have, maybe you got, a hair appointment coming up. Maybe you got a social event. Maybe you got, what I mean, just to jot things down. Okay. Here it has week by week, so you can put things out by week once you get some of these goals, and then you can start doing, okay, well, how am I going to accomplish that? Well, maybe this first on that closet, I'll start by, this week I'll take everything out of it. And then the second week, I will go through everything. The third week, everything goes back in that didn't make the cut, right? I know they show those shows on TV where they're doing it all in a day. Well, when you're working and you have a life, okay, sometimes those things need to get broken out. Okay. And you could say, oh, well, I'll just hire somebody. Well, good luck. Have you ever tried to hire somebody for something? Doesn't always go that well, does it? I've tried to hire people before for like reorganization. They're like, yeah, what we're gonna do is we'll just come through your house and we'll point out all the stuff that you need to do. It's like, no, I want you to do it. Like, why else would I pay you? Anyway, and then here it has like the full, which I'm gonna try and use this more myself versus all my calendar appointments on my phone. Because for me personally, when I write things out, it helps me remember them better. Okay. Versus typing. Okay. And I'm not saying that you can't use your phone organizer or calendar or whatever. I'm just saying this is something that I'm doing this year that and this planner, let's see here. Retail was $13.99. I think it was on sale for $6.99, and then I also got an extra 15% off. So for less than $7, a whole year's worth of opportunity to not fall behind, to not miss out things that you wanted to get accomplished. Because trust me, there's something going to be on that news tonight, and there's going to be something on the news tomorrow, and the following day after that. What's not going to be on that news is the things that you're doing in here that you need to do. Okay? So this is the kind of stuff I want you guys to focus on this year, 2026. Whatever it takes to get rid of the distractions. Okay? Make a plan. Make a plan. Okay? All right. So, and there's people out there that like to trip up your plans and stuff like that, but you know what? When you really focus in on what you want and what you're doing, all those other things, they just become one of these other distractions. It's like, oh, there's so-and-so again. Well, you know how they are. Mm-hmm. Exactly. You have to ask yourself, is that something I need to worry about today? Is that something I need to pay attention to today? Is it? That are activists and stuff, if you want to say, I need to call my congressman this day or whatever, you can write that in your calendar too, right? It would be a lot better if you wrote in when you're actually supposed to go and vote, because a lot of people don't go and do that. It's really a travesty in this country. All those people out there marching, I hope they're all registered voters. I really do. I really do. Because unfortunately, I'm old enough to understand that there's a lot of lip service out there. Okay, when it comes to these things on all sides of politics. Okay, so make a plan, stick with your plan. Okay, and ask yourself, why do these other people want me to alter my plans? Is it to suit the glory of God or you? Or is it to suit them? Right? There's a lot of people willing to take advantage of an apt people. Anyway, that's all I have for today. So I hope you enjoyed this message very much. And until next time, please do manifest wisely. Thank you for the likes already on the video, the 7 thumbs ups that I see. Remember, if you were in the chat today, it's much appreciated. And you do not have to be a subscriber in order to like the video. Okay, so if you like the video, I will never even know who liked the video, and you don't even have to subscribe, so you don't clog up your feed. But I think if you do like the video, it does promote your YouTube algorithm so that you will see my videos in the future. But if you do want to see my videos in the future, if you hit the subscribe button, then you will not miss any of those, as you will be notified appropriately according to your content notification level settings in YouTube. Alrighty. Bye-bye.